One of the best parts of the Camino de Santiago is the experience of the albergues, and they can be so special. But let me tell you, they are not all created equal. Hi everyone, I am Melanie with Travel Light, and I spent 41 days walking the Camino Francés. I wanted to make this video to tell you guys about my favorite albergues along the Camino Francés because they were just such a beautiful part of my Camino experience. These were my top 7 albergues out of the 40 plus that I stayed at during the Camino. Number 1, and this is awesome because it's on the first night, is Gîte de la Porte Saint-Jacques. Pardon my French, I'm sure I did not pronounce that right, but this is located in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. It's a private albergue in a great location, and it is the perfect starting off point to start the Camino. This albergue really focuses on strengthening the bond between everybody who's staying there on that particular night. They do this by having a family-style dinner in the evening of your arrival, where you go around and you get to chat with everybody else in the group and get to know who they are and why they're walking the Camino. Some of the people that I met that first night, I was with until the very end. So it's really important to stay in a place that kind of fosters that Camino community culture and really gets you set up to have an awesome journey. I recommend booking this albergue well in advance because I know it was definitely sold out on the day that I arrived. The next albergue that I recommend is La Taberna de Espinosa, and this is located just outside the town of Belorado. Now, I didn't sleep here, but I did have lunch here, and it was one of my favorite meals on the whole Camino. I checked their Google reviews, and they have awesome reviews for staying as well, so I feel comfortable recommending it as an albergue to stay at. But at minimum, stop there to have lunch. They had this delicious toast with several different kinds of toppings. So I got a ham and cheese one with avocado, I think I ate 3 of them, and then one with cream cheese and fruit, and they were just so delicious. Needless to say, I had several coffees and I sat there for a very long time. The third albergue that I recommend is Albergue Espíritu Santo, and that is located in Carrión de los Condes. The best part about this place is the nuns that run it. From the moment you walk in the door and meet the nuns, they are just radiating joy and positivity, and they just make you feel so welcome, like you literally just walked into home. In the evening, they host this really fun meeting where they got a bunch of us together and asked us to sing songs from our home countries. It was a blast. Another bonus about this place is that there are no bunk beds. And if you're on the Camino and you're staying in dorms, you're gonna maybe get a little tired of bunk beds. So this place has all single beds, which was a really welcome treat. Another pro tip, if you're staying here in Carrión de los Condes, is to visit the river. There's this beautiful park and a river nearby, so make sure you go to the river and dip your feet in. The fourth albergue that I want to mention is my favorite place that I stayed at on the entire Camino, and that is Albergue Verde. It's located in Hospital de Órbigo. This place was an absolute dream. It wasn't a traditional stop along the Camino, but I made sure that I cut my day short specifically so that I could stay here because I heard how awesome it was, and I recommend that you do the same. Albergue Verde is located on this gorgeous property with cherry trees and dogs running around and hammocks that you can lay in, and there's even a yoga studio, like a yoga yurt, that is so freaking cool, where you can go and you can stretch, and it's so refreshing to have this type of place along your Camino when sometimes the albergues start to feel a little cramped, like you don't have a lot of space to stretch out. Albergue Verde is just a dream come true. The fifth accommodation that I really loved staying in was called La Casa Rural La Torre de Babel. Now tell me that is not a mouthful. And this was located in my favorite town along the Camino Francés, which is called Molina Seca. Molina Seca is this small, picturesque, stunning town with a river flowing through it, and it was such a perfect place to spend the afternoon. The accommodation that I mentioned is actually an apartment that I found on booking.com. My friends and I, there were 5 of us, split this apartment, and it was just so freaking beautiful. I mean, the views out the windows were incredible. It was located right on the main street of Molina Seca. It had this really well-stocked kitchen. We went to the grocery store, bought a bunch of food for dinner, and made this awesome spread together. The beds were really comfortable, and it was so nice to have more privacy than you typically have in an albergue. The 6th albergue that I would like to recommend to you is called Albergue Lamas, and this is located on the mountain variant outside of Villafranca del Bierzo. Now, you do have to take the mountain variant, which I highly recommend because it was so pretty, in order to get to Albergue Lamas. I didn't stay here, but I read the reviews of people who did stay there, and they are stellar. So I recommend making this a special stop for an evening. I had lunch there, and I enjoyed the incredibly peaceful vibe of this place. And lunch was fresh veggies from the garden that they went out and picked when we ordered it, and eggs from their chicken. So it's all very local, and it's just a very family type of experience that was very sweet. The 7th and final albergue that I'd like to recommend is Pensión El Puente Peregrino, that is located in the tiny town of Trabadelo. I splurged on this place, and I got a private room. It was the nicest room that I stayed at on the entire Camino. As a bonus, this town is so cute, and the dinner was divine. If you'd like to have a list of all these albergues with a link to their exact location, make sure you click the link in the description below. I'm really enjoying making these videos for you guys. Travel is my favorite thing in the entire world, and I love to share it. So every time you like, subscribe, and comment, it gives me the energy to keep going. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've walked the Camino before, please use this comment section to tell us your favorite albergues. I want the comment section of this video to be an excellent resource for pilgrims who are getting ready to walk their first Camino. If you're getting ready to walk the Camino and you're in the research phase, make sure you check out all the videos I've made so far. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, buen Camino.